Yo, what is up everyone? It is XMPFX813 coming at you with one of the last Black Ops, probably actually second to last Black Ops gameplay you will ever see from me. And thank the Lord, because this game is really, as of late, it's really been irking me. Really been making me mad. But so, this is kind of to kick off my Call of Duty Ghost binge right now. And I want to tell you that the next month is going to be insane. If you subscribe to me, good, because there's going to be, 2, 3, maybe even 4 videos a day. I know that might seem excessive, but I have a lot of stuff that I want to get out there. And if you're not subscribed, that should entice you even more to subscribe to me, if you're just watching this because of the title and that it's Call of Duty Ghost News. So what I'm going to be doing right now is I'm going to be vomiting so much information at you about Call of Duty Ghosts. And I know it's not all of it, but it's the stuff that I felt was important. I'm not going to touch on Extinction and all that kind of stuff because I don't play those game modes that much. And so I don't really care about them. I'm mainly a multiplayer guy. I really enjoy the competitive scene, even though I don't play competitively. I'm not good enough, but I enjoy it. So, first thing I want to say is Call of Duty Ghosts comes on 2 discs, which to me either hints that multiplayer is going to be on one, and single player is going to be on another, or one of them is going to be an install disc. So however much memory it would require of your Xbox or anything. And hopefully what we don't run into, which I ran into with Battlefield 4, was the fact that when I tried to install it, it wouldn't allow me to, because the 4 gig hard drive Arcade Slim, which is the one I have, and I just use like flash drives and stuff to supplement the lack of a hard drive, is not technically a hard drive. It's just like a stick that they put in there with 4 gigs of memory on it, so Battlefield 4 won't install it on it because it will only install onto the hard drive. So next I want to say one of the things I'm most excited for, which is new game modes. And right here by my count I have 6 of them. And one of them is kind of not a game mode, so I'm going to go ahead and get that out of the way. It's Infected. It's new to multiplayer, but not new to the series. Search and Rescue, however, really speaks to me because it's search and destroy, but if your teammate picks up your tag, when you die you drop a tag. If your teammate picks it up, you respawn. If your teammate doesn't pick it up and an enemy picks it up, you're done for the round. Blitz is CTF, but you only have to touch the flag. So you run up to it, you get in the area, the circle where you would normally pick up a flag, and it goes back and you've captured it. I see issues running into this where there is, spawn camping and stuff like that, but you never know. I thought Hardpoint was going to be bad, and I turned out to kind of enjoy it. Grind. I like Grind. It's kill confirmed, but you can't just run up to a tag and grab it. And now I don't know if you're going to be able, I assume you'd be able to carry up to as many tags as you would like with you, so that's going to be interesting to see pub stompers actually see how many. I think that's going to be the new thing. Besides, I bet there's going to be like multiple, like, quad KEMs and stuff like that. I think it's going to be interesting to see how many dog tags one person can actually pick up before they return it to their return it to their base, which is how you get points to win the game. I can see someone getting like 50 of them and winning the game for their team when it looks like they're going to lose. Another one is Cranked, and there's actually a movie similar to this with Jason Statham. I swear that's where they get this from, and I think it's called Crank actually. And he has to like keep injecting himself with he has to keep his adrenaline up or he dies, basically. So once you get a kill, there's a 30-second timer for you to get another kill before you explode. So this is really an anti-camper movement, basically, kind of like how Kill Confirmed was one of the first. This is taking that to a step further. It's regular TDM, just with that 30-second timer, and then you explode. And finally, there's Hunted. And Hunted comes in 2 different modes. There's free-for-all and team deathmatch, I believe. And it's kind of like King of the Hill, where you fight for one spot. And when you get that spot, you get weapon drops and you gain superiority. And you have limited supplies to begin with. So controlling that hill is what I'm going to call it, is going to lead to your victory. I don't know if it's going to be timed or if it's just TDM. There's 14 maps at launch, 15 if you pre-order, which is free-fall. Which I don't see why, if you were going to buy it, you wouldn't just pre-order it, because you get that additional map, and it has Levolution in it. I believe that's the one that they've been highlighting the most with Levolution. And now, 2 things that really concern me, because I put 2 things that I liked out first. The 9 bang. I'm really worried that the 9 bang is going to be really OP, because the longer they hold it, the stronger it gets, and eventually it forms itself into like a mini EMP, which I personally think, you know, EMPs were a little OP. I use them all the time just because of that fact, but they take sentry guns out in one hit. It should be, you know, it should be 2 EMPs to take a sentry gun down and stuff like that. But I can see that being really OP, where you can flash, concuss, or EMP room with just that. And it seems that they have a lack of competitive support, and we've seen this with Optic Gaming has a early edition, or they get it early, and they're complaining about this a little bit. So that really worries me, because I really like where the competitive scene went from this. And now another really good thing though is there's going to be dedicated servers for every console. So originally it started on only next gen, so PS4 and Xbox One. And I kind of felt that they would go ahead and make it for the PS3 and Xbox 360. I don't know about the Wii, but it was just something that I had in the back of my head mulling around, that they were actually going to include the dedicated servers in Xbox 360, because that was just going to be part of the infrastructure of the game. And they kind of wanted to maybe drive sales of the Xbox One. And now I know it's going to look so much better and maybe a little more fluid on Xbox One, but for people that can't afford to go ahead and get Xbox One out of the gate like myself, it's nice that we have the dedicated server options, so you're not fighting host migrations and stuff like that. Something that interests me though is Prestige mode, because always something that when you see people on not even Prestige 1 time, but level 55, it's because, you know, they don't want to lose all their stuff, and you can't blame them. And, you know, with Black Ops 2, you saw it where you could pick a weapon and keep it, and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. But Prestige mode in this is similar to Master Prestige mode in Black Ops 2, where, you know, you get new ranks and you get new emblems and everything, but you don't lose anything, which I think is really awesome. It's gonna make it funner to play, because you don't have to sit there at one level. And of course there'll probably be challenges and everything, but challenges don't count towards your levels, which I'm a little mixed matched on. But let's go ahead and get into the KEM. The KEM interests me and intrigues me. Sorry about that, because the way they said it was a 25-point streak. So I don't know if that means you cap flags and it'll get you towards your KEM. I believe, and a lot of other people have thrown this idea around, that the 25-point streak is just going to be a 25 gun kill streak, hopefully, like it was in MW3. And I like that a lot better, because, you know, it kept people from just using all the different types of air support and everything to get their Moabs or nukes. And another thing that I have heard to be rumored, and I'm getting towards the end of it, but another thing that I've heard rumored, sorry about the stutter, I've heard rumored, is that lean is going to be patched or buffed at launch. So what I've heard a little bit is that it kind of makes you invisible. It's kind of like just head glitching everywhere and anywhere that you want to be able to, which we've seen with lean features in other games, that this is actually something that occurs. And hopefully it won't be a super you know, pain in the butt at the beginning, and hopefully it'll get patched soon if that is the case. But I like it. I like the lean. I like the sliding and all that stuff. I think it's really cool that they're incorporating all these different type of aspects. I think it'll just make the game play that much faster, even though, you know, leaning can kind of be used to camp and head glitch. Also, there's over 20,000 combinations of different class perks and everything that I've heard of personally. There's probably I haven't heard each 20,000, but I've heard that there's 20,000 different weapon, perk, and everything combinations with the new system that they have to pick from. And finally, the last thing which really intrigues me probably the most, besides the new game modes, is the introduction of the marksman class. And one gun that you really I really feel is kind of where this came from is the SVU Dragunov, because there's so many hit markers with that gun whenever you used it. So it really wasn't like a sniper rifle. It was kind of like the SVU is, where it's kind of like a assault rifle. Sorry, I'm getting excited because as I'm making this, it is 3 days until launch. So there's single shot rifles, and I'm gonna go ahead and list them. There's 4 of them at this moment that I know of. There's the IA-2, which is strong and versatile, which means to me that it's probably gonna be a 2-shot, 3-shot kill and be better at a shorter range than all of the other ones combined, because just the word versatile makes it seem like, you know, it might be able to be played at a faster pace than the other ones. There's the MR28, which has the highest rate of fire, but to balance that, I'm pretty sure it also has the lowest damage, or maybe a really high recoil. The next one is the MK14. This does have the highest damage in all of the marksman guns, but they didn't say, because we haven't seen the stats for it yet. I probably believe it'll either have a super low rate, and we've seen the MK14 before, but I think it'll have either a low rate of fire or a ridiculously insane amount of recoil, because it may be a one-shot kill, and you can't have that where you can just go pop, pop, pop. So maybe the recoil will make it really hard to stay on target, or it'll be really slow, so it'll give someone a chance to get to cover and kind of balance it out, because if not, it'd be like a long-range shotgun. So I can see a little bit of issue in balancing with that. And of course, there's always going to be balancing when these games first come out. That's just the nature of it. And then lastly is the SBU Dragon Up, which I already talked about. And the description of it says long range with moderate recoil. So I feel like it's probably going to be the best of all of these marksman guns at the longest range, you know, right up to where it becomes sniper rifle range. And so I feel like that, and it said, you know, since it said moderate recoil, you think it has a decent amount of damage, so maybe you hit one shot to the head, 2 shots to the body. So in closing, I just want to say thanks for watching, guys, and just expect a lot more stuff like this from me. Like I said, I have 2, 3, 4 videos a day planned out for the next 4 weeks, and 4 weeks, and it's just gonna be awesome. I really am excited for Ghost. I'm going to the midnight release right when I get out of work, and then I'm coming home, and I actually got 3 days off from work just by happenstance. So it's gonna be insane, balls to the walls on Call of Duty Ghost for the next 4 weeks, and I hope you guys love the content that I'm gonna be putting out, because I'm trying, and the reason all this is coming out in one video as opposed to different smaller videos, which I feel will probably do a little bit better, is the fact that I've made at least 300 different thumbnails and different files, and I've been really preparing for this. I have a huge whiteboard that I've made up with a whole bunch of different ideas and everything on it. So like I said before, thank you for watching, and peace out.